worker. Yay, steelworker. And I'm a third-generation union member. I've been walking the strike line a few days a week to support my union brothers and sisters and their fight to keep 1,100 good-paying jobs in Rochester. We want to thank the community for all of their generosity. Many agencies have dropped off non-perishable foods. People have baked desserts. There's been lots of coffee to keep us awake and donuts. There's been so many donuts. Thank you for those. Unfortunately, in the last few days, community members have dropped off something that has been really disturbing. Thank you. Attack mailers. These are mailers that have been sent out by the State Republican Committee to Greece residents on behalf of County Legislator Fred Ansello, attacking UAW President Dan Maloney and his union, UAW, as shady and dishonest. Union members are 50,000 strong in Monroe County, and we will not sit idly by while this union is being attacked. Monroe County Executive Cheryl D'Onofrio and County Legislator Fred Ansello have not walked the strike line, not once.
Not once.
They don't like workers.
And seemingly are doing nothing to keep these 1,100 good-paying jobs in our community. So today we're going to tell you about why we need these jobs. Thank you. And why we need County Executive Cheryl D'Onofrio and County Legislator Fred Ansello to fight for jobs instead of fighting the union and its president, who is working so hard to protect the future of Rochester GM employees and their families. I would like to introduce UAW member and electrician Chris Brancato.
All right. Yeah, I just want to say, I've known Dan Maloney for 14 years now. He's almost our longest serving president. He's one of the most honest people we have. He's been a good mentor for a lot of us in the leadership, showed us how to do things the right way, and he's always cared about his members. He's here nonstop on his own time, morning through night. He's out here on the line 3 o'clock in the morning the other night, and I don't see his counterpart out here at all, or even care to come out at all. So, most of us here, we all keep voting for Dan, and there's got to be a reason for it. There's got to be a reason why he keeps on getting elected, and that's because he looks out for the membership and he does the right thing. And I wish more of our elected officials would do that, and he's going to be really good at the county level.
Thank you, Fred.
Yes, thanks, Hey, and he's a Republican. That's a Republican.
Yes. I'm a registered Republican. I have been since I was 18, and I'm going to vote for him.
And now I'd like to introduce CWA President John Kozlowski.
Get it, John.
Hey, thank you.
All right.
So my name is John Kozlowski, President of CWA America, Local 1170 here in Rochester. I'm here today in support of my union brother Dan Maloney to speak of Dan's integrity and against the disgusting political mailings that mischaracterize Dan as a corrupt individual based on a few bad apples within his national union. They have been held accountable. Dan wholeheartedly was disgusted by these actions and supportive of the penalties of those individuals receive. That's why Dan is running for office. Monroe County has had its share of bad apples in political office and need new representatives with integrity, courage, and the ability to lead, which Dan has exhibited his whole life and practices daily as his position of the Rochester Labor Council President, representing over 50,000 families in the Genesee Valley area. He's a man that cares greatly about his members and all the workers of this community, and has fought and lobbied harder than anyone for new product to go into production here, to protect the jobs here locally of 1,000+ families. I have personally witnessed the impact of corporate greed on this community, representing those workers at Frontier during the Global Crossing bankruptcy. The impact is devastating on workers who lose their jobs, their retirements, and the community that loses vital resources. My brother just called me the other day to let me know that the former CEO of Global Crossing, Gary Winnick, just put his house up for sale for $250 million, reopening a painful wound that I had almost forgotten. Dan has been fighting the last 6 weeks to restore the benefits and pay for the workers here lost during the GM bankruptcy 10 years ago. He has shown great leadership, courage and integrity throughout this fight, and will do the same for the citizens of this community. I want to end by saying that Dan certainly is the right man to step up and be elected to represent the families in this community, and will give them a voice that they haven't had in some time. Thank you.
And now, without further ado, please help me welcome UAW President Dan Maloney.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. So that is what this strike was about. We've been talking about this for weeks now. It was about keeping jobs in this community. Number one in childhood poverty rates in the nation. We couldn't afford to lose this plant. 7 to 1 in the supply chain. So it's 1,000 people here, but there's 7,000 other folks working in Monroe County due to our jobs here. So we were focused on hydrogen fuel cell, green technologies going forward. We're not going to stop that fight. We work with all comers, Republican, Independent, Democrat, to get those jobs locked down for this community. We work with the Chamber of Commerce. That's not a match made in heaven normally for labor to work with the Chamber of Commerce. We do here. We have a great rapport with Bob Duffy and the crew, and we are not going to stop until we get those jobs in this plant. We lobby Washington, Albany, and the mayor here in the city of Rochester. So these attack ads are disgusting. It shows desperation on the part of my opponent. So again, like Maria said, we would ask Cheryl Donalfo and my opponent to step up to the plate and fight for jobs. But they have been absent during this entire struggle. So with that said, I couldn't say how proud I am, any more proud I could be of this union membership standing together and fighting not for themselves, selflessly staying out on this line 24/7 to fight for the community, to fight for Rochester, to fight for Monroe County. So that's why I'm in this race as well. There's been a whole lot of corruption. Talk about the pot, right? Calling the kettle black. These people have been involved in scandal after scandal. Navitech, right? Robbing the taxpayers of Monroe County for a long, long time. And now they're scared because we're going to get in and look at the books and see how and why, how deep their corruption goes. And they don't want to see that. But I am here to help fix that, fix the county, fix the jobs problem that we have, and help be a part of the solution to end the poverty in Rochester and Monroe County. So with that, thank you again, brothers and sisters. Thank you for standing strong. Love you, Dan. Love you more.
Hypothetical jobs for the future. We're talking about 1,100 jobs that support families throughout our community. We don't have time for underhanded political attacks attacking the very people we should be fighting to protect. We are asking you, the media, to ask Cheryl Donalfo and Fred and Sella why they haven't been fighting for these jobs, and instead are undermining us to join us in our fight to keep the jobs here. There is no, I get emotional, there is no new work for this Rochester plant. And if nothing changes, this plant will close in 3 years. We need everyone involved in our fight. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Dan can also answer any questions about the UAW tentative agreement.
Yeah. I have a question for Dan. Hi.
Yep.
You know, Mike. Dan, I know we won't know till later today. I know the local union here and some in the Buffalo area have been opposed to the contract. What do you think? Is it going to go up, go down? What happens if it does go up nationally? And obviously your folks have majority been against it.
Yep. It appears that it'll be voted through, right? The numbers that we're receiving from around the country, not by a large margin. But again, we voted it down here, 83% no, because there was no work identified. That was the number one thing we were fighting for. And we didn't get that through this contract. So I believe it'll go through, and then we're going to have to fight on the political front. We're going to have to work with Congressman Morelli, with our assembly folks in New York State that are right standing behind me now. with the chamber, with the mayor, to lock these jobs down for Rochester. We have to take care of our own. I fully intend to do that no matter what position I'm in. We'll keep fighting until we win and get those jobs here.
Are you hopeful that you'll be able to have enough work to continue these jobs here?
We do have enough work identified for the next 3 years or so. It's the future that I'm worried about, right? It's people in their 20s and 30 that are in this plant. It's those children these young families have at home, right? They need to have a future guaranteed. And the manufacturing base has been, since the devastation of Kodak, that's why the economy took the beating that we've taken over the years in this county, right? Those manufacturing jobs leaving. So we're here to help bring it back. And we'll continue that fight, whatever it takes, whatever level, political action, community support. And you've seen how good it's been throughout this strike. Most our friends in political office have been out here, with a few glaring exceptions that were talked about earlier. So we'll continue that fight until we get it done. Anyone else?